Many of you may have seen my video, Electric Scooter Accessories You Should Have. That was one of the first videos on my channel, and while I think it is still a good general intro to accessories a new rider should get, I want to revisit the subject of accessories in more depth now that I have over a year more of electric scooter riding experience since that video. This time I've made a complete accessories guide, one that covers everything that you might want to consider for you or your electric scooter. I will also cover equipment and tools for working on your scooter. Whether you are a new rider looking for the essentials, a longtime rider and enthusiast looking for a cool new accessory, or anyone in between, this guide has got you covered. For most accessories, I will cover multiple products at different prices to try and fit into any budget. I will be giving recommendations for each accessory based on personal experience. Many products I mentioned are available on Amazon or from Jensen USA, a website with tons of high-quality, name-brand options for many accessory categories. This is a favorite website of mine and one that I've ordered tons of products from over the years. Links to everything I cover will be down below in the description, and there will also be timestamps if you want to jump to a certain section. Okay, let's start with accessories for the rider. The helmet is the most important accessory you can buy. It's the accessory people will notice first, the accessory that you wear the most, and it is also the accessory that is most likely to save your life. That's why my requirements for this section are that the helmets I recommend look good and are comfortable while offering top-tier protection. Luckily, high-quality helmets also have so many dope designs and colors. Let's start with full-face helmets, as I feel that this is the style of helmet that most people should buy. The chin bar helps protect your face from impact in the event of a fall. For riders with a scooter that goes 25 miles an hour or faster, I would say that a full face is a necessity, though you might want one even on a slower scooter. A combo of full face mountain biking helmet plus goggles is my personal recommendation for high-speed riding. Mountain biking full faces are smaller, lighter, and more breathable than motorcycle helmets while maintaining a high level of protection. If you'd rather wear a motorcycle helmet or something with a visor, then that obviously is still a great choice, and Amazon has a good selection of affordable DOT-approved motorcycle helmets. But my go-to recommendation for an affordable full-face helmet is the Bell Servo. This helmet offers a comfortable, good-looking matte black helmet at an unbeatable price. The helmet is a bit heavier than more expensive helmet options, but is not overly heavy. It complies with US safety standards, and I can also personally attest to its effectiveness in a crash. If you are feeling like getting this same helmet with a bit more personality, you can get a colored, rebranded version of this exact helmet from Demon United for a little more. I've owned both of these helmets for about a year and a half and had no issues with them in that time, and generally really like them. Both of these helmets are a steal at under $100, but venturing above $100 opens up more options for great-looking, lighter-weight helmets from high-quality brands. A good option for a mid-level full-face helmet is the Fox Rampage. This is my brother's current full-face helmet he uses for mountain biking and scooter riding, and he really likes it. It offers a snug but comfortable fit with big padding so the helmet doesn't move around on your head or have a chance of sliding back in the event of a crash. Above $200, there is an abundance of professional-level full-face helmets that offer top-of-the-line quality, comfort, and design. Any helmet from 100%, Troy Lee Designs, Leat, or Fox, just to name a few brands, at this price level will be a top-quality product. Many of these are the helmets you see on pro mountain bike riders, and the designs and graphics on some of these helmets are insane. I'll link the page where you can browse all these top brands to find a helmet you like. If you're riding an entry-level scooter or anything under 25 miles per hour, I would highly recommend, at the very least, riding with a half helmet. Here are my choices for half helmets. If you are on a tight budget and want the bare minimum helmet, then I would recommend this Retrospect skateboard helmet. It's a fairly standard half helmet, and while it's not the most comfortable helmet I've tried, it does look slick and minimal while providing good protection. If you prefer the feel and look of a mountain biking style helmet, then a well-priced, good-looking, good-quality option would be the Giro Fixture. The dial style size adjustment, say that 3 times fast, makes sizing really easy and offers a snug fit that won't move around on your head. You also have lots of colors to choose from. My dad crashed wearing a very similar helmet from Giro while mountain biking, and while he broke his collarbone, he sustained no head injuries or even head pain thanks to his helmet. If you like a more European-style design, then this half helmet from Nobleman is a good choice. It's an extremely comfortable helmet with a dial size adjustment. They also offer customization for the side of the helmet. I have my old logo on mine. The helmet is a bit pricey in my opinion, but I do really like mine and think it's a good option. If you want to splurge and get a top-of-the-line half helmet with some of the coolest styling on the market, then you want to check out Troy Lee Design's A series of helmets. My brother often rocks the A1 in red when trail biking and he loves it. Goggles are important for riding over 20 miles an hour to avoid getting dust and random debris in the eyes. And these Strata 2 goggles from 100% offer a high-quality product starting at $25. I swear by these goggles and have been using the Strata line of goggles since day one. The Strata 1s were my first pair of goggles I bought for scootering, and I still often wear them. I bought the Strata 2s at the end of last year, and they are even better than the Strata 1s. They come in a ton of colors and also have tinted options for sunny weather riding. They are also vented so they don't fog up. They have a nearly perfect rating on Amazon and are one of my favorite accessory purchases I've ever made. More often than not, I find myself riding with a backpack, and I have tried quite a few. Here are my recommendations for backpacks. First, my choice for a small, minimal backpack is the Osprey Daylight Backpack. Yes, this is technically a kid's backpack, but I won't tell anyone if you don't. I love this thing. It is the perfect size for carrying a lock and a multi-tool, which is what I find myself carrying almost everywhere I go. It stays out of the way while still being comfortable. Despite its being a kid backpack, the straps get plenty big to accommodate an adult. Osprey is a well-regarded backpacking company and their quality is top-notch. I've had no issues with the bag at all in the year that I've used it. If you want something bigger, then Oakley is my recommendation. I bought this Oakley backpack around Christmas 3 or 4, maybe even 5 years ago, and I've used it constantly during that time for travel and riding with no issues. Other backpacks I've used for riding have ripped or have had issues with zippers, and my Oakley backpack has been used far more than the others I own and has had no problems at all. This is a 22-liter backpack and is a good balance between size and carry capacity. I've linked the newest version of this backpack below, as well as a couple other good backpacks from Oakley. If you find yourself constantly hauling around a few small items, then a handlebar bag could be a good option instead of a backpack. You should be able to get a lock and a multi-tool into one of these, and then just keep it strapped on your scooter and always have your stuff when you ride. They have a few different sizes and designs available on Amazon, based on your tastes and how much stuff you need to carry. Let's go over riding apparel now. First, I want to start with what clothes to wear while riding. To be fair, I don't worry too much about what I'm wearing most of the time if I go on a shorter ride or run an errand on my scooter. However, for longer rides, I always go with the long sleeve mountain biking jersey. Riding jerseys are comfortable on their own or as a layer with pads and gear. They are lightweight and breathable while offering full sun protection, something someone as white as me needs to consider when going out for a ride. A jersey layers well with a jacket for cold weather riding. There are so many dope designs of jerseys available. My current favorite jersey is the Cadence jersey from Hellfair. It's lightweight and offers a simple, sleek design. This brand was started by one of my favorite professional mountain bikers, Matt Jones, and I'm a big fan of his products. However, this jersey ships from the UK, so the shipping is pretty expensive. If you don't want to pay the shipping and wait for the product to arrive from overseas, Troy Lee Designs offers some of the coolest jerseys on the market. They have everything from sleek and subtle to flashy and colorful, so you're bound to find a jersey that you like. I'll link some of my favorites below. For pants, I normally just ride in jeans as they offer good crash protection while still being comfortable. When I don't want to wear jeans, I ride in these high-tech pants. They are like a hybrid material. They feel like hiking pants and are lightweight and breathable while offering decent full leg protection. They also have an elastic waistband, meaning I can keep eating chili dogs at 3 a.m. and not have to worry about my waist getting too big to wear these. I have the black ones, but there are also a couple other colors to choose from. If you want to go all out with high performance gear, you should again check out Troy Lee Designs. I'm kind of a fan of their stuff if you couldn't tell. They have what to me is the coolest riding gear, and their pants are designed to be worn over safety gear like knee and shin pads if you're riding with anything like that. Their pants are waterproof and designed to withstand wear and tear and protect you in the event of a crash. Be sure to give their whole line of gear a look because it's top quality, good looking stuff. For cold weather riding, there is a good selection out there of padded jackets that offer protection while still being warm. I really like this HWK jacket, mostly because of the price, but also because of the sturdy construction and good warmth. Individual pads are removable to allow the user to find a good balance between protection and range of movement. The liner is also removable so you can stay cool in warm weather riding. Now let's look at protective equipment. If you're familiar with this channel, then you know that I don't often wear extra protective gear besides a helmet and my riding outfit, but I know that many people like to fully gear up, and that's obviously totally chill. I should be gearing up better too, but I'm an idiot, so don't copy me. Maybe surprisingly, I do know quite a bit about protective gear because 1, I do own it, and I'm just choosing not to wear it most of the time, and 2, I'm fairly familiar with good quality riding protection from my mountain biking experience. So here are my recommendations. Starting with knee pads and elbow pads, I much prefer this sleeve style of pad over the strap style because of comfort. You can also choose between a knee-only style of pad and a knee and shin guard combo. For comfortable knee and elbow sleeves, I like these G-form guards a lot. They are well priced, quite comfortable, and they flex quite naturally to the knee and elbow thanks to the seams along the armor. They also make a knee and shin guard combo sleeve. If you want a bit more beefy armor, then Leatt has a nice line of knee-shin combo pads as well as matching elbow guards at good prices. I'll link some more high-quality options for you to browse as well. Now, if you absolutely want to maximize your protection while riding, there are some great options for torso armor. There are options that fit like a shirt and options that strap on like a vest. Basically the same high-quality brands that make the helmets and other pads I like make great torso armor. Box, Leatt, and Troy Lee are all great choices. Now let's talk about gloves. I don't always wear gloves because I like the feel and control of riding barehanded, but when I do wear them, I prefer these Fox Ranger gloves because of the grip and dexterity they offer. They offer palm padding and some cold weather protection while not being too bulky and awkward, and allowing me to feel the grips, throttle, and brake levers. If you want similar gloves with better crash protection, then Fox also makes armored gloves. And for the most palm protection, you can go with motorcycling gloves. Obviously, the more protection you decide to go with, the bulkier and more awkward the gloves will be, but go with what you feel the most comfortable with. Now let's move on to accessories and gear for scooters. This first accessory is by far the most popular item that is purchased through my Amazon links and an item that I've used regularly for a year and a half, the True Active phone mount. At about $14, this is an easy buy and a must-have for any scooter rider. This accessory allows your phone to be securely mounted on the handlebars of your scooter. I've had no issues with this mount in all the time I've had it, and it keeps any size phone super secure on rides even with bumpy terrain. Having your phone on your handlebars can be very convenient for tracking your speed and distance, using maps to navigate, or using apps that pair with the scooter to track battery level, just to name a few uses. At $20, this Miachow rearview mirror is a great option for any rider doing regular urban riding. It is simply mounted to the handlebars and allow you to see behind you without having to rotate your head and shoulders around constantly. I would recommend the left side mirror as this will give you the best viewing of the cars coming up behind you if you're riding in the bike lane on the right side of the road. If you use your scooter to regularly commute and find yourself riding with or next to traffic, then having a nice visible pair of turn signals is a great option to increase safety and signal your intentions, especially at night. There are quite a few options for signals designed for bikes. These are designed to be mounted to a bike seat post so they can be a little awkward to install on a scooter. You will most likely have to mount them to the steering tube. They will work well as forward-facing signals, but not as rear-facing signals as your body would obscure the view of the signals. The best signal option for a scooter, in my opinion, are these cycle lights that go in your bar ends. They're super easy to install and they stay in securely. You just press the button on the end of them to activate the signal that flashes in both the front and the back. It can be a little awkward to hit the button while riding, you kind of have to use your pinky, but you do get used to it after a couple rides. You can also hold the button for a few seconds to turn on the night riding lights with a white light in front and red in back for better visibility. Just make sure you have a pair of handlebar grips that have removable end caps if you decide to get these. And speaking of handlebar grips, let's look at some handlebar grips because scooters very rarely ship with grips that are high quality. Many scooters ship without locking grips, and that's just a sin in my opinion. Locking grips are important to make sure the grips aren't moving around the handlebars or sliding off. Grips are so important for ride comfort, and they're also super affordable. Starting with the cheapest and working up, we have the GPMTER locking grips on Amazon for $7. I bought a pair of these mostly because I was astonished that you could find a pair of grips for so cheap, but the truth is that in many cases they're a strict upgrade over these crappy slide-on grips that come on most entry-level scooters. I also use them to extend the handlebar width on my Highboy S2 Pro. These are a really cheap option, but here are some better grips for just a little more. The Race Face Half Nelsons are a grippy, light option from a well-known high-quality brand. At around $20, these grips are well priced. These grips prioritize tackiness on the hand and are a great option for a rider that likes just a little texture and less squishiness. There are a lot of options for colors as well. For a squishier, plusher grip, I will always recommend Deity's line of handlebar grips. The Lockjaw Knuckle Duster grips are my personal favorites, and I have one of these two grips on almost all my scooters. The Knuckle Duster offers a waffle-style grip that makes longer rides comfortable on the hands. The Lockjaw offers a slightly firmer grip than the Knuckle Duster and a nice diamond texture for the palms. Both grips feature a rectangle pattern for the fingers to lock in place. They're slightly more expensive than other grips mentioned, but worth every penny in my opinion. If you want to shop around for more grips, it's really hard to go wrong with any locking grip from high-quality brands like Raceface, ODI, Deity, DMR, P&W, or Ergon. Getting an extra light or two is a necessity if you plan to be riding at night at all. I've yet to find a scooter with good enough stock headlights to not need extra lights to comfortably ride at night. After going through a number of budget light options, I've come to the conclusion that there is no such thing as a high-quality bright light for cheap. With lights, I feel like you get what you pay for. I would recommend avoiding the cheap Amazon options. They're almost always lying about the actual light strength and lumen count. For good visibility while riding, I've found that I want around 1,000 lumens of brightness minimum. This is more or less the brightness of a car headlight. This means that to get a quality light at this brightness, you're going to have to spend $75 to $100. Riding without good lighting can be really unsafe. I know from experience. So this is a case where you should really spend the extra money. This Night Rider light is 900 lumens and is a decent price. For $10 or $20 more, you can find lots of lights over 1,000 lumens. But make sure that you're buying from a brand and a site that doesn't lie about actual light strength. You may find yourself needing extra handlebar space for your accessories, especially if you have a full night riding light setup. You have a couple options for extra mounting space. First is a handlebar extender that attaches to your existing handlebars to give you half a foot to a foot of extra space to mount accessories. I find myself using an extender whenever I need to mount my lights plus my phone mount. I would suggest a handlebar extender only if you have rigid, non-folding style handlebars. A scooter with folding bars can use a kiddie bar if extra space is needed. Kiddie bars mount to the steering tube of the scooter. Options on Amazon are limited, but there are a few there. Be sure to check dimensions and shape before buying to make sure it will fit on your scooter. Mini Motors sells one as well for quite a bit of money, and I'm not sure if it'll fit on all scooters or just Dualtron scooters. I would reach out to them before buying to double check. Having a good quality lock is really important. A high quality chain lock is what I found works best for locking up most scooters. It offers good security while giving lots of flexibility, pun intended, to lock up your scooter in different situations. Kryptonite makes high quality chain locks that are known for being hard to cut through or pick. I have the Kryptonite Keeper and it has served me well for almost 2 years. Kryptonite has beefier chain locks as well if you want something with even better security. Now let's look at the tools and equipment you could consider for working on your scooter. Most scooters come with one of these folding tools, and while they do the job okay initially, they wear out quickly, and quite a few of mine have rounded out after just a few uses. Having a legit set of tools and a good quality multi-tool is important. First, every scooter rider needs a set of hex keys. For $15, you can get a decent complete set. This set from Tecton includes metric and imperial units. Almost all scooters use metric units, so if you just want to get a metric set, you could get just those for a few dollars less. I really like hex wrenches with handles, and you can get a complete set from Craftsman for around $30 if you prefer this style. If you really want the best of the best hex wrenches, then Park Tool is the way to go. Their T-handle set is a professional level set, and they also make these cool 3-way hex wrenches with 3 different sizes of hex on each one. The 456mm option is great as it makes working on common sizes of hex bolts on a scooter a breeze. It's really important to carry a multi-tool while riding. As I mentioned, scooters often come with a tool like this, but many of mine have fallen apart or rounded out, making them useless. Crank Brothers has a great line of multi-tools, all reasonably priced and high quality. This middle-level tool is the best value as it has every hex size needed to adjust your scooter on the fly, plus a flathead and Phillips screwdriver. For a super low-profile multi-tool, Lezyne makes sleek tools that you could easily fit in your pocket. A ratchet socket set is important for removing swing arms and hub bolts to swap a tire or tube, or to tighten various nuts and bolts on a scooter, but mine don't seem to get as much use as my other tools. My choice of socket set is a good balance between price and quality. You can get a super high quality automotive set from a hardware store, but in my opinion, you don't really need it. Obviously, having a Phillips and flathead screwdriver is important for various scooter parts, but most people already have these around. On top of my specific set of tools like hex wrenches, I also have one of these inexpensive set of tools that has one of everything I could ever need just to be safe. It has been very useful for those occasional times I need a super small Phillips screwdriver, or a hammer to help tap off a swing arm, or a pair of needle nose pliers to get into a small space, etc. If you want to do a similar thing, then I would recommend getting a set like this one. Just keep in mind that none of the stuff is going to be amazing quality. Higher quality full tool sets are available from brands like DeWalt, Husky, and Milwaukee. You can find these brands at Home Depot or Lowe's, or at their online marketplaces. Having a good air pump is important for managing tire pressure and for filling up a new tube after changing a flat. The bare minimum pump you should have is a hand pump like this one. There are lots of compact options for pumps from the same companies that make high-quality multi-tools. A floor pump is a good option for faster filling with less effort, but it could be overkill for 10-inch wheels if you aren't using it a lot. Specialized makes a great floor pump at a good price if you want to go for this style. Having an area to work on your scooter can be really nice, and you can make a simple area like this for really cheap. I used these Amazon foam tiles as a base to prevent any liquids like hydraulic fluid or grease from getting on the floor of the garage. It's also nice to have a surface to place screws and nuts and stuff where they won't roll away. I use a medical step stool for my scooter work stand. This stool is the perfect height to get scooters with larger wheels off the ground while keeping the scooter close enough to the ground to allow disconnected wheels to rest on the ground while the motor line stays connected. In place of a step stool, you could spend more and get a motorcycle lift for adjustable work height. You can complete your work area with a chair or stool. I plan to order one of these nice rolling stools to be able to move around my garage easy. There are lots of cool options with trays for tools or other features, so I'll link some of the ones I like below. Whew, okay. I think I've covered everything I wanted. I hope this video served as a good guide and that it was useful. Thanks for watching. As I said, everything is linked below, and if you have any questions, leave a comment and I'll do my best to respond. Leave a like, subscribe for more electric scooter content, and I'll see you all next time.